Pat, tough game. Do you want to talk, break down the game for us?
Yeah, it was one of those weird ones, you know, certainly for us. I thought, you know, it kind of looked like we were in exhibition game mode. I thought, you know, it was our first game. I think that there were a few game time, you know, occurrences that I think are going to be preventable. Perhaps if we had had a preseason game, we might have, you know, been competitively better. I thought our defense was very good. A lot of times we're up against probably the top passing quarterback in the conference and one of the better kids in the country. I thought our kids did pretty well. Not surprisingly, the statistics here, you know, 16 first downs was all we gave up. So it was, you know, against a pretty good football team. I mean, the outcome should have been better. I thought the screen pass killed us. We put a lot of time in the screen, maybe forced it a little bit there. I think we predicted pressure. We got it, but you know, there was a little bit of an incongruence between the back and, you know, we probably should have thrown the ball at his feet there. Our passer, I thought our offensive line did a pretty good job. I think a lot of people went into our game today thinking that our offensive line might be a weak point. I thought they pass protected quite well today. And I think Bill, although he's done a terrific job all training camp, you know, I don't think it was his best outing, but you know, I think he's certainly, you can see that there are some flashes of brilliance there. Actually, it looked like it was the easy throws that were giving him more trouble today. So, you know, the little pitch and catch stuff that we were counting on, I thought that our completion percentage there would be high. I don't think it was. All right, so we got ourselves in 2nd and 10 quite a bit. We're 14 for 35. And then, of course, the play right before the half, that was, you know, the game is still manageable at that point. We get the long one there right before the half. Those are the things that happen to you early in the season that you know are not going to happen later, hopefully.
Questions from the floor?
What do you think happened, like specifically at that touchdown before the half?
I think we got twin verticals. What happened there? One vertical was early, and the kid ran the out and up. So not only was it a twin vertical, but there was a little bit of differentiation. So it wasn't they weren't running parallel routes. The other kid had run it out in the wheel. So what happened was our kid saw the when he jumped the first vertical, and then the second vertical up the sideline appeared late. Ideally speaking, you know, if they get up the field together, the kid's going to stay between the two of them, and they're going to see the ball thrown. He'll react one way or the other, but he jumped the first one, let the second one go.
So
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to what the film is going to. I think it's just a little bit more of a game time eyes, you know, seeing him run the out there, and then you have to see him run the out. I think what happened was we just took our eyes off him a split second too early and jumped that. A little bit of the kind of things that you got to get used to in games, that kind of thing. Plus, you know, a team like that, you know, they're going to bring in one or two things that you haven't seen that you got to react to. You just got to hope that it's manageable, you know. So that was a tough one because I thought that our defense had bailed us out quite a bit in several situations. We had a blocked field goal, which was timely, and we had a couple of big play sacks. And I thought we had, you know, some pretty good defense overall. I'm not sure what the net yards say here. Well, maybe we'll do net offensive yards 455 to 212. That's pretty much the story right there, I guess. Huh?
The screen pass, is that miscommunication between quarterback and running back there?
You know, you practice the screen. We practiced against that scenario. Okay, we get pressure. We had a blitz. Back came in, sensed that the pressure was stopped up right in the middle. He just needs to get a few, but as he goes to come across the formation, if there's a pile there, he's got to set himself, and if he's covered, we want to throw the ball at the running back's feet. Too bad. First screen we've run since 2009, and I had higher hope. Well, scored a touchdown. So, anyways, it was a very, very unfortunate turn of events because I thought that you know the game was you know very much back and forth at that point. You know, I thought that their kid was completing a few more balls than we were, but our defense was handling them. I thought that our defensive front gave them. They're a good team. You know, they're a pretty good team. They got some good receivers. The quarterback looks like he's playing with a great deal of confidence. I thought their kicker was good. And defensively, what they can do is they'll stay in front. They make you execute. So I think you need to be well-oiled and you need to be in your groove to play them. So we'll see what happens later in the season.
Billy, it looks to me like he's locking in on one guy a bit. Is that young quarterback type stuff?
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, the guys are coming after you for real now. Okay, I think you got to learn. You got to get in the comfort zone. You never know how well your offensive line is going to protect. I think that he learned that they protected him pretty well. I don't think that they were clawing and scratching at him too much in the game. I don't think he got walloped too much. So sometimes, you know, you get out there and you see big eyes, the guy's wide open, you squeeze it. Anybody who's watched us in practice will know that he can make all the throws. He can make all the throws. So those balls that were, he short-armed a little bit today, it was just a consequence of, you know, that kind of competitive excellence that you only get into when you have the right amount of experience. Okay, so it was first game for him.
Now,
Unfortunate.
Now, after what you saw today in McPhee, are you at all worried?
Worried?
Yeah.
About specifically?
Well, just after you were talking, you were saying there's a few kinks there.
Yeah, well, worried. I don't think we throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Let's use a little journalistic metaphor there, okay? First game, under pressure. I mean, no, I'm not worried in a sense. I know we need to improve. There's no question about that. And I'm pretty sure that when we watch the film, we're going to see that there were a lot of opportunities there missed. And I think that, you know, when you short arm the throws like that, it's because you're excited. Okay, you're a little bit overexcited perhaps, and you know, then your feet get a little bit tangled, and he can make all those throws. I have no doubts that he can make the throws that we asked him today, and we try to keep it you know, fairly based up. There were a lot of hooks, a lot of shallow crosses, a lot of stops. The kind, if you notice, that Quinlan was making to the far side of the field. Okay, but you know, I go back here 2 years ago in the playoffs when Quinlan was playing here, and we beat them 32-6, and you know, they were singing his praises about how he was going to be the savior of that program, and you know, he was throwing the ball in the dirt. He threw a couple of interceptions. He had balls batted down. That's the difference between a fourth-year guy and a second-year guy. Now he looks very poised, very confident, makes those wide side throws, and he did a pretty good job, I thought, of managing the short to intermediate game, and then just took a couple of shots up the field. Okay, and he was productive on all of them. So this is where we got to get to. I think we have a very, very similar type kid at quarterback that they have, but he's a fourth-year guy. Ours is a second-year guy. He's done a great job up until now. I know his performance in the game today, you know, perhaps didn't speak to that, but he's done a great job managing the offense up until now. He's come a long way, you know, managing the game, getting the signals, getting them in. So I'm pretty confident that he's going to come along. You're going to see big improvements throughout the season now. If we continue to protect them, you know, the way we did today, I think we'll be fine.
Coach, can you comment on Justin Chaplin's performance today?
I thought he was pretty good. I mean, he was athletic. I mean, you know, he ran the ball well, he caught the ball well, showed some great toughness. He was pretty good on returns. I thought that he was pretty good. He was pretty good, yep. You know, like everything, I mean, if he's perfect, okay, then there's no drops, no this, no that. But early in the season, there's going to be drops on those contested balls, those ones that are tight, those ones that are 6 inches behind, the ones that in practice that have been hitting you in the face all the time, and now you got to reach back for them. So I thought overall he was very good, very good. His first game at receiver was pretty good. He looked like a veteran player out there.
Will we see him moving around, you know, a few times in roles like we did today with the passing on some plays?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I mean, you know, he once again, you know, that was one of those deals here. I think you're going to find. We'll go back and watch the film. I think Isaac Kopp did sneak in behind. I don't think he got covered. This is 2 years in a row that we've run a combination against them and fooled the coverage, and unfortunately, you know, we didn't quite take advantage of it. But it was a nice play. I mean, we threw it to the underneath guy. Ended up getting a nice first down, and then unfortunately we were blocking from the rear or something like that. We had a push from the rear after a nice 15-yard gain, so we ended up getting a first down. So you know, he's definitely a threat. I think that's good to get the message out there that he can run with it, that he can catch with it, and he can also get up the field. So you know, I think you'll see him become a really exciting player in our league. Patrick, you got a question?
Billy McPhee, during the game, did you take him aside at all, or just try it? Because he was excited, and he was doing things that you probably haven't seen all practice.
Well, I would say this. I would say this, that he was, you know, not quite as sharp, you know, in the game as he has been all through training camp. I think he's had some great days, but games are different, and you know, the litmus test is the games, and as I said, there's not too many guys step in there in their first start and rip the league apart. And you know, so he did it today. He's capable, much better. He'd be the first to tell you, okay, that he is. But I think there were certain passes that got everybody excited. You know, he hammered a few in there that not everybody can make. Really, I think the difference in his game management today was just to go back and take advantage of some of the simple stuff that we didn't execute today. Believe me, it was I think probably, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we might have 7, 8, you know, as many as 10, you know, underneath type balls, short passes, 5-yard out, 7-yard dumps, that kind of thing, and then the wide side flat ball. I thought we had a couple out there, a couple of Tom House specifically, and then a couple of drops. A couple that should have been caught, and so all adds up to you know, a mediocre performance offensively. I guess I was reminded that the last time we didn't get an offensive touchdown was the Laurier game back in 2007. That's almost 4 full years that we were never deprived of a touchdown, and I thought that first drive in the second half would have been nice to punch one in there, you know, score next, and just, you know, a little bit of missed opportunity there, and then missed the field goal. You know, I thought that was going to be a perfect end to a perfect play.
You got beaten over the top a couple times. Is that just individual errors, or?
No, the coaches had the right calls and stuff.
Yeah.
We just didn't execute them. Guys weren't in the right position, and it just shows a young team we made way too many mental mistakes there.
Osie, how the first game back did?
It felt good. Obviously, like better outcome than we had, but I mean, personally, I think it's fun to be back on the field, and you know, just a matter of getting some things figured out and getting better performance against Ottawa.
You guys wanted to get more pressure on their quarterback. So what happened there? Was it a matter of good blocking, or what?
They had a pretty good game plan coming in. They didn't do too much straight drop back and throwing deep, so you know, we had a little bit of a tough time getting them. But you know, they're well coached. They're a good team. I can't take anything away from them.
Something you alluded to a while ago, did you just pressure yourself a bit more when you're pressing? Seemed like a couple throws. You underthrew a couple balls.
You know what it is it was nothing more than just basic footwork. You know, some of those throws, the coach always said, you know, guys are open all over the field. It's just I need to set my feet. And that's just what it came down to. It came down to basic footwork, and I just need to basically execute the things we do every day in practice. That's basically what